Okay, so um, yeah, we have to try to get our settlers. Um, so one thing to note about settlers is your city can only build a settler if it's size 2 or above. Because what happens when you build a settler is that it will reduce your city size by 1, and then settlers themselves, they will require some food from your city to maintain. Um, Under despotism, it's only 1 food, but under other types of government, it's 2 per turn. So that'll also kind of slow your city development. Looks like we've got a nice set of land here. Surprised I haven't run into another civilization yet. Okay, we have another goody hut. Oh, and the Egyptian civilization was destroyed by the Russians. Okay, and then one thing I forgot to mention as well, if we look at our intelligence advisor here, so this will be the list of civilizations. The Egyptians were yellow here. They've been destroyed, so the Aztecs would have popped up in their place. We know the Russians are here in white. Not sure about the other ones. You can check out top 5 cities here. So, oh, we have the Mongols. Okay. That's great. We have the Mongols, the Zulus, and the Germans, and the Russians, the Aztecs, and then I don't know who the pink civilization is. And then, yeah, in Civ 1, basically, like I said, the civilization you choose is basically cosmetic, but the other civilizations will have, they'll have inert traits. So, for example, like the Mongols, oh, cool, I got a new city. So the Mongols will be really, really aggressive. They won't prioritize science, but they'll really prioritize their military and their expansion. Um, let's go Toronto. And then guys like the Americans, they'll be more. They won't really be that aggressive. They'll only have a few cities, and like if you're playing on the higher difficulties, the Americans are rarely ever a problem. But one thing you can do if you know you're if you want to mix things up a little bit, if you press Alt R, it'll say leaders randomized, and so that just sort of randomizes the inert traits of each of the civilizations. So maybe this time the Mongols will be peaceful, and I don't know, the Zulus will be really, really teching up. I don't know. It's chieftain. It doesn't really matter. Nothing's really too tough about this. Um, okay. So it looks like we have a dead end here. All right, Ottawa builds settlers. So I'm going to build a new city somewhere. Um, I'll keep building settlers for now. Okay, let's maybe build a city right here. It's also not a bad idea in Civilization 1. Actually, I'm going to build some roads along the way too. But it's not a bad idea in Civilization 1 to not really care about how far your cities are from each other. Um, it's not that bad if they overlap quite a bit. It's actually easier to sort of put up your infrastructure because you can support more settlers everywhere. Okay, so we learned the wheel. So the wheel leads to engineering, which is pretty good. And then we get the chariot unit, which is probably one of my favorite early attack units. What chariots are is I think they have an attack of 4. Is it 4? I'll check in a second. But they also have movement of 2, so they're quite powerful for this point in the game. Yeah, 4-1-2, okay. I think they're double what legions are, plus they move twice as fast, so very, very useful unit. Okay, so I'm going to build a road on this grassland tile here, so that in addition to this shield here, I'll also get a unit of trade, so that'll effectively double the science output in Ottawa. And there's another sort of cheat you can do here. So right now I hit R with this settler in this turn, if I wake him up and hit R again, so that effectively made him rebuild the road. So you can basically, with settlers, you can produce any kind of terrain improvement in one turn if you want to do that. Just to be fair, I'm going to waste this guy's turn because he would have built the road on this turn anyways, so just so I'm not a cheater. Well, I guess I got the road a little bit faster, so it's kind of cheating, but whatever. Okay, so this goody hut has a horde of barbarians. That is not good, but hopefully my legion should be able to defend them. And since this is chieftain, the barbarians' attack won't be that bad. Okay, so I have a militia here. Otherwise, I'd probably run away with my settlers. Okay, so let's build a... Oh man, this didn't have a shield at the start, so... Okay, I'm going to build a settler from Toronto there. Okay, so let's see my legion. Okay, good. He successfully fended off the barbarians. Alright, so I learned masonry. I'm just sort of picking technological advances at random. Here, I don't really care. Okay, so what we have here is the what we can build now is the palace in another city. So one example when you would want to build the palace is if your capital city gets captured. You won't have a capital anymore, so you'll need to build a palace somewhere else to have a new capital. You can build city walls that'll enhance the defense of your city. Also, if you get attacked in your city normally, and they manage to defeat one of your fortified units, what will happen is your city will decrease in size. If you have city walls, your city won't decrease in size if you manage to lose a unit to an attacking enemy. And then we have two wonders we can build, the pyramids and the Great Wall. So what the pyramids do is, if you build the pyramids, you can change government to any type of government in the game. So even if you don't have the technology advance, you can change to that type of government. And then the Great Wall makes it so that when you're, say, at war with another civilization, then they talk to you, they always have to offer peace to you, because they won't always offer peace. Sometimes they'll ask for money, and then if you say no, they'll say, okay, we're going to war with you. And then here's something from Civ 1, if, I don't know, if your citizens are happy or whatever, just at certain points of the game, you'll be able to build up your palace here. Just really another sort of cosmetic thing in the game. So I'll build a road to my cave. I like my cave. Oh, I was also on hills here, so that provided defensive bonus against those barbarians there. Alright, so I have a road built from Ottawa down to here. So I'm going to build a city there. So it'll sort of overlap with Ottawa. Each of your cities has sort of like a 3x5 cross like that, so it occupies 21 squares, so there will be a little bit of overlap, but I'm not too worried about that. It's fine. Okay, yes, so let's build a city here. Let's call it Montreal. And I'm going to build a militia there. This is a pretty good spot for a city. One good thing is here we have fish, which under despotism it only produces 2 food and 2 trade, but I think under different types of government it'll produce 3 food and 2 trade, or if you have democracy or republic it'll produce 3 food and 3 trade. Let me see Toronto here. So, yeah. So I'm just going to move these here to show something. So, especially under like despotism, monarchy, and republic types of government, the further you move away from the capital city, the more corruption you'll have. So, like I have 5 trade units here, but these black ones there, These are being lost to corruption, so I'm not getting the science out of them. But I want to switch back to this here. And so, without changing government type, there's a way to combat the corruption there, but I don't have that city improvement yet. It's called a courthouse. You'll get that with Code of Laws. It's pretty expensive to build, so I wouldn't really recommend it. Okay, so just keep going there. Wonder if there's another civilization on this island, or if this is just like sort of a small island that we can just sort of have to ourselves. Okay, so let's build some settlers in Montreal. Canadian wise men discover the secret of ceremonial burial. So this will give the temple improvement. So temples are pretty important. We don't really need them right now, but once our cities get bigger, we'll start getting unhappy citizens. And what temples do is they will transform a certain number of unhappy citizens into happy or content citizens, I guess. Alright, so we have a new settler out of Ottawa. I'm going to try to build another city over this way, even though I don't really know what's over here. I'm going to continue my road. That'll just help with... okay, so I'm on a pretty small island. Never mind. Let's see. I think I'm going to build a city right here. Ah, no. Shoot, I won't be able to access both of those fish. Whew. What should I do here? This is kind of tricky. Alright, so we learn alphabet. Alphabet doesn't really lead to any city improvements or unit improvements, but it allows a lot more different technologies. So let's just go with Code of Laws for now. Okay. Oh, and there's a fish right here too. That would have been helpful to know earlier. I might have built my city here if I would have known that. Okay, so I'm going to build a road there, and then I think I'm going to build a new city. Ah, shoot. I'd like to take advantage of these fish, but... Maybe the best spot would be right here. That's fine. And then there's really nothing over here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my Legion unit go here and meet up with the settler. Oh, and one thing I didn't explain as well is that roads that I'm building here by pressing R, yeah, so they'll help with your movement. So a unit that has one movement on roads will be able to move 3 times. It'll get like a... Roads will, I guess, increase your movement 3 times. Okay, Toronto builds settlers. That's good. I'm going to build another set of settlers. Okay, so we get Code of Laws, which will get us courthouses, like I explained earlier. They cut down on corruption in your cities. We also get monarchy with ceremonial burial, which we have, so we can learn that. Which I might just do, switch to monarchy for now. Okay, so... I want to build another city. Maybe I'll go here to these. Oops, no, let me build roads here. Aha, copy protection. So, we have to answer a quiz about a certain civilization advance, which we don't yet have in the game. I don't know how these people would know about trade, but whatever. Stupid usurper. So originally in the instruction manual, you would have all of these tech advances, and it'll say what leads to what. So you'd go to the instruction manual and check. This is trade, so I already know that. Trade would be done with, you need currency. I think it's currency and code of laws, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, good. Alright, autosave, I don't care. Let's build some roads there. So I'm gonna just have my Legion fortify for now. And then I'm just gonna keep building roads up towards the Legion there. And actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna irrigate that plains right next to the Legion, just to help with the growth of the new city. I haven't done any irrigation yet. Right now, trade is quite important, so I'm sort of focusing on that because you'll get more science. And right now, I don't have any buildings in my city, so I'm not spending any money. What you can do to check that is go into your trade advisor here. And so you can see that Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal, they're producing 2, 3, and 3 light bulbs per turn. That goes to science. And because of that, we get discoveries every 5 turns. And then under maintenance cost, if you have buildings like, I don't know, temples or whatever, it'll say, you know, you have 2 temples that cost 1 gold per turn, so that's 2 golds. Your total cost will be 2 gold. And then I think I don't know if it has a net at the bottom once you start having costs and revenue, but you can sort of keep track of how much you're spending and how much you're making. But I don't really have to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm really concerned about expanding and sort of trying to build up my infrastructure a little bit. Okay, so let's go with, I don't know, writing. Actually, I should go for map making so I can start building ships. Okay, so I'm going to build a road here. And then I'm going to go here. Spot looks like a good spot for a city. I'd rather build it on the coast, where the Legion is. Okay, Montreal builds settlers. That's good. I keep building settlers there. So I think I'll have room for a couple more cities. So I'm going to build one right here and one right here. The only problem is they're on forests. Okay, so I'm just going to keep building my road there. I should have built the road on the grassland instead. That was kind of stupid. But it's fine. Okay, Ottawa built settlers. Ooh, that's not good. Shoot. So... Oh, man. Shoot. Can I do this? Okay, yeah, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I built another settler too quickly. Um, so what happens is that since I'm city size 1, I can only support 1 unit for free. This Legion and these 2 settlers are each costing 1 shield. And so I'm only producing 2 shields, so I'm a deficit of 1 shield there. So what will happen if I don't fix it this turn is that it's going to disband one of my settlers. It'll say Ottawa can't support settlers, and it'll just get rid of it. So I don't want that to happen, so I'm probably... What I could do is go like this, but now I'm producing... I'm not producing enough food to sustain the city. Although I do have enough food storage to deal with that. I don't know if it's going to... I don't know if Ottawa's going to increase in size on the next turn because of my food storage is full. Let me just try this.